unique ways.
Ooh, hello, hello. Yes, that was Asteroid Attack by Stephen Hewitt for March Caprice 5 Concert Soiree. Yes, 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 everybody. Very pretty. Let's hear it again, just the last bit of it. Such a cool jam, isn't it? Cool jam, cool jams. All right. So, we're spoiling. So we will continue, not begin, we'll continue on with our review of, is this not bright enough? Oop, that's too yellow, no. That's a little better, don't you think? The sun is still setting, as you can see, with the reflection. But let's see, we will get to, we're going to be looking at the clips of streams. We're not going to be watching the full streams, but we'll be getting to the clips of the streams later on. But for now, we are going to continue on with our review of March Caprice 5, starting with Andrew Blewett's Chain of Memories retrospective. This was another really good one. Andrew Blewett has been doing retrospectives on the Kingdom Hearts series, starting with Kingdom Hearts 1 last year, and he does some super in-depth, super good, super in-depth reviews. He somehow finds like clips of Nomura that like I've never even dreamed could possibly exist. Nice big butt, baby. So let's get into that now, because it's a big one.
I think I just won my taxes.
Oh yeah? I just switched from TurboTax to H&R Block. It was so easy.
From the moment Square and Disney announced their collaboration...
And then... We did the window capture before. How are we going to set this up again? So here we go. We're going to continue working on this. This is what we got so far with our... Thank you. And then how do I do the window capture? How do I do the window capture? How did I do it? Do I need to go back into settings? I see. Here we go. That should do it. Has that kept all of my settings? Yes. Cool. Okay. Can you go away, please? I don't want to see you anymore. Get out of here. I don't want to see you anymore. I want to show off that it's Andrew Blewett. Freak. Maybe if I just reload. There you go.
From the moment Square and Disney announced their collaboration in 2000...
Oh, Andrew, you know your video is still unlisted, right? Bitch. You better work. Hi everybody. We're doing the same thing Chain's doing because he lifted my whole deal. He's a stealer. Ooh, he's stealing. He's stealing. He's a stealer. Everybody boo Chain. Oh, hoo hoo, and also hee hee. But yes, thank you. But let's get back into it. We're doing more March Caprice stuff, so I hope you're in the mood for March Caprice stuff. And we're gonna begin.
Players and members of the press were skeptical of the project's appeal and viability. And while some would begin to change their tune after Kingdom Hearts was finally revealed at E3 2001, there were still many holdouts who dismissed it as an ill-conceived
This
children's
is
game.
fine enough, penance,
But Kingdom
peasant.
Hearts exceeded just about
I shall
every
take
expectation
this
that had been placed upon it,
gift
not just by players and the media,
cherish what
but
I
by
can of
Square
it.
as well. So naturally, director Tetsuya Nomura was given the green light to begin working on a sequel for the PlayStation 2. But Nomura would also
what I
heed the
really
calls
need
of
to
those who wanted to play
do is
Kingdom
just make
Hearts
sure
on the
that
go.
the
And the
scale and
result was a
everything is
title which,
good.
even to this day, has what may be the most complicated
So let me
legacy
get into
in
camera
the entire
view.
franchise.
Let me see. Let me see. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Where is the... Jane, if you're still here, I'm sure you want to go, like, eat or something. But how far did you get into the final mix stuff for the cosplay showcase?
It bears repeating that Kingdom Hearts' success was truly staggering. What could have easily been a simple, childish romp through the Disney animated canon ended up being surprisingly compelling in both its story and gameplay. Players and critics alike were positively blindsided by its charming presentation and an unexpected level of challenge. High review scores were common, with Game Informer even giving it a stellar 9.5 out of 10. Its success would even cascade back into Disney's other ventures, as a pilot animatic for a potential animated series would be directed and produced by 8 Crazy Nights director Seth Kearsley in 2003. While the pilot wouldn't be picked up, it wasn't for lack of sales. Square's modest hopes of selling 500,000 copies in Japan were quickly exceeded, and Kingdom Hearts became the 4th best-selling game in the country in 2002, with over 838,000 units sold. By March 2003, domestic sales would grow to about 1.25 million, with a collective 3.3 million copies sold worldwide. And that's to say nothing of the accolades it garnered. GameSpot called it the best crossover since Capcom vs. SNK. The International Game Developers Association recognized the game for its excellence in visual arts. And G4 would not only name its story as the best of 2002, but would also pay tribute to it with a lavish stage performance befitting of such an honor.
We may never meet again, but we'll never forget each other.
Thanks, Leon. Besides, I couldn't forget you even if I wanted to.
Kyrie has lost her heart, and I have come to take it from within you. Your journey ends here, boy. There is darkness inside every heart. Darkness cannot be destroyed.
Who are you?
It is of no consequence to you. Step aside.
But you didn't answer my question.
Yeah.
So got the music attached.
Yes, this really happened.
12 minutes out of 45. That's not nothing.
But for Tetsuya Nomura, there was no time to revel in the success of his directorial debut. Kingdom Hearts' strong critical and commercial reception had ensured that a sequel would quickly get the green light, and he had already begun to lay the groundwork for further installments. If players met certain conditions in the game, they could unlock a secret ending after the credits and epilogue, featuring a young man in a black coat wielding 2 keyblades in a rainy city searching for Sora, another young man resembling Riku looking down on him from a skyscraper, and a young woman on a beach looking out to sea. It was brief and said very little, but it was tantalizing all the same. It would be expanded upon in the Japanese exclusive final mix release of the game in December 2002, wherein the mysterious young man would meet another figure in a black coat on a dark beach, who tells the former, "I went to see him. He looks just like you."
Okay.
Despite the regional exclusivity of Final Mix, descriptions, screenshots, and video clips of this second secret ending, Deep Dive, would spread across online fan communities around the globe. The density of the information would lead to endless speculation regarding what'll happen to Sora, Riku, and Kairi, who these people in the coats were, and whether either of them were related to the unknown secret boss introduced in this regional exclusive definitive edition. While Nomura had already been laying out basic ideas for Kingdom Hearts 2 during development of Final Mix, people around him would begin suggesting that he bring the series to the Game Boy Advance. At first, the prospect seemed somewhat dubious to him. He couldn't imagine how the gameplay would translate to a 2D plane to accommodate the handheld. But as more people would tell him about how much their children wanted to play Kingdom Hearts on their GBA,
the Cosmic Art Showcase,
he began to take the idea a bit more seriously.
The name tags at least, I'm sure I'll find other things to edit. Yeah. There's always something to edit. I'm thinking that we're gonna do this whole background thing. And then I'm gonna have like zoom ins and all that stuff. But then eventually for like because you guys in the art showcase, you like read a lot of the people's stuff, so I think I might like transition to a book and then have like the text going by, so it's easy. So I don't know, work's still in progress, but yeah, I want this little visual thing to happen. Yeah.
While still planning for Kingdom Hearts 2, Nomura would begin conceptualizing what an entry on the GBA would look and feel like. At the time, he had card games on the brain, despite never having played one himself. he thought that maybe a card-based battle system could pare down the depth and complexity of the original game's combat to something more manageable for the platform. He loosely likened it to Final Fantasy V's job system, in that the limited number of abilities you could equip in that game and the limited number of cards you could use in this new system meant that players had to consider their options carefully when going through the game. By the end of 2002, while Kingdom Hearts Final Mix was still in development, Nomura would meet with Disney to discuss Kingdom Hearts 2, and during these talks he would broach the topic of developing a handheld entry. At the time, Disney had licensed some of their classic characters out to Kyoto-based Jupiter Corporation to develop 2 games for the Game Boy Advance: Disney Sports Motocross, and a pared-down version of the GameCube game Disney's Party. Disney would put Jupiter in contact with Nomura, and within a month, a small team led by Aguru Tanaka would create a prototype based on his ideas. It turned out pretty well, and the team continued to work on the project in tandem with those at Square. Adapting to the limits of the Game Boy Advance was only one part of the equation, however. Nomura already knew that Kingdom Hearts 2 would be set a year after the first game, and he didn't want Sora to have all of his abilities from the end of KH1 right at the start of KH2. When he decided to take on the task of bringing the series to the GBA, though, he also began to think about what might happen during that year-long gap in the story.
I need you to be
If you were to begin the game with the very powerful Sora you had acquired at the end of Kingdom Hearts 2 wouldn't stand up too much as a game. I wanted the players to know the potential and strength Sora has more or less fulfilled at the end of the previous installment, yet not be able to use all of those abilities right from the start. That is when I thought if I could make a story in which Sora's abilities and memories all get mixed up, Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories would be a perfect bridge between Kingdom Hearts and Kingdom Hearts 2. I thought that to symbolize those messed up memories and abilities, cards could be used, so I had to create a card-based system.
As Nomura worked out these ideas, under the working subtitle Lost Memories, he would share them with different members of the Kingdom Hearts staff, who gradually came around to the idea that transplanting the game to a handheld was feasible. Several key figures would return for this installment, including animation director Tatsuya Kondo, planning director Yuichi Kanimori, and scenario writer Daisuke Watanabe. But as development began to move into full swing in May 2003, a new set of problems would begin to arise, as Tetsuya Nomura was about to become a very busy man.
Whoop. Ads. Freak ads. Need perspective and like
on November 26, 2002, Square and Enix, the two titans of the RPG genre in Japan, had announced that the two companies would merge and operate as a single entity starting on April 1st, 2003. With this merger came a new business strategy which would be formally laid out in February 2004. A strategy which would include, quote, continuing to exploit current franchises, namely Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest, and Kingdom Hearts. The herald of this strategy would be the compilation of Final Fantasy VII, a multimedia initiative expanding on the world, story, and characters of the game that had catapulted Square to international success in 1997.
So that's a little
the headliner of the
better.
compilation, a feature-length sequel film called Advent Children, would be put into full production in spring 2003, shortly before development of Lost Memories was also put in full swing. By the end of the summer, plans for Kingdom Hearts 2 would be nailed down as well. Tetsuya Nomura was in charge of all of them, as well as being heavily involved in the other three pillars of the compilation of Final Fantasy VII: the episodic mobile phone game Before Crisis, which he pitched himself, a third-person shooter starring Vincent called Dirge of Cerberus, for which he would have an uncredited advisory role, and the Zack-focused Crisis Core as creative producer, in addition to being the character designer for all of them. As a quick sidebar, I'll be doing a video in the future on the entirety of the compilation of Final Fantasy VII once I've hit 50,000 subscribers, so if you haven't already and enjoy what I do, then please hit the subscribe button. This aggressive effort to turn Final Fantasy VII into a franchise unto itself was merely the beginning of these quote-unquote exploitation efforts from the newly merged Square Enix. Their initial 2004 release slate included not just Advent Children and Before Crisis, but also Final Fantasy XII, a PlayStation 2
God, how did I
remake of
fix
the
this?
beloved Dragon
I'm gonna
Quest
have to
V,
look it up
and Kingdom
real quick.
Hearts Chain of Memories. The company knew that, even with only a single game to its name, not counting Final Mix, Kingdom Hearts was a valuable property. With this in mind, the decision to allow Nomura to spearhead a handheld entry, while also working on the big numbered sequel, and have a hand in all of the new Final Fantasy VII projects, makes a certain sense. Not only was he lauded for his art style and character designs for years, but he had proven his chops as a creative lead on the original Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy VIII, as well as through directing the first Kingdom Hearts. Of course, Nomura was not working on all of these new projects alone. He was co-directing Advent Children with Takeshi Nozue, who had previously been the movie director on Kingdom Hearts. His involvement with Before Crisis didn't extend much past the initial concept and character designs. Dirge of Cerberus and Crisis Core were still in the earliest stages of development. And for Chain of Memories, he had Jupiter working in tandem with part of the original Kingdom Hearts team, while others were working on Kingdom Hearts 2.
He's going to go work on
But that didn't mean there weren't any hurdles
running.
with Chain of Memories. One of the first was Nomura's rough outline for the story, which he wanted to have a lighter tone than KH1 and the still gestating KH2. He wanted Sora to ascend a mysterious castle following the events of the first game. Memories would have somehow been connected to this, with Sora reliving a sequence of them like links in a chain, hence changing the title from Lost Memories to Chain of Memories. All the while, a shadowy order of mysterious figures in black coats would be observing him from a distance, and at the end, a young girl would present him with a great choice, with all of this having to somehow tie into Kingdom Hearts 2. The plot itself wasn't a problem, but Daisuke Watanabe, who had just finished writing the story for the last mission epilogue chapter of the then upcoming international re-release of Final Fantasy X-2, couldn't help but feel that the work was just a bit repetitive, as Last Mission also focused on climbing to the top of something. Moreover, because players could visit different worlds in whatever order they chose, Watanabe fell into what he described as the biggest slump of his career, trying to write the scenario around it. As for Jun Akiyama and Kazushige Nojima, who co-wrote the first game scenario alongside Watanabe, the former was working as the event director for Final Fantasy XII, while the latter had already been brought in to help write Kingdom Hearts 2. While Nojima and Nomura would act as scenario supervisors, likely to maintain consistency with what they were doing with KH2, the script for Chain of Memories would be handled almost entirely by Watanabe. As for nailing down the gameplay, Nomura had given the team a simple but vague directive: make it a card game, but make it KH-esque. The team interpreted this as needing to find a happy medium between a completely turn-based affair and an action RPG. At first, it was just a card game with a Kingdom Hearts coat of paint, something far removed from the feeling of what was on the PlayStation 2. The player couldn't even jump. Working closely with the team at Jupiter, Yuichi Kanemori devised a system that brought the game closer to an action RPG, while still maintaining the card game elements. There was a delicate balance to strike between active movement and playing cards from your deck. Lean too much into one, and the other quickly loses weight. To further bring the game in line with its predecessor, pre-rendered cinematics would be employed for key story moments, but this would provide its own set of challenges. While the technology that would allow for their implementation would be handled by AM3 Incorporated, the Kingdom Hearts art style would be the most difficult obstacle in the way of achieving the desired results. While flatly colored cartoons wouldn't be hit hard enough by the compression to hurt the image, and realistic video has so much information that the compression noise wouldn't distract from the main focus, the KH art style's use of subtle color gradients didn't lend itself to the level of compression necessary to fit onto the 32 megabyte cartridge. Further complicating this were the different models of the Game Boy Advance. The original GBA had an unlit screen, while those on the recently released SP model and the then upcoming Nintendo DS were respectively front and backlit. The team were constantly adjusting the look of the cinematics throughout development, testing them on all three display types until they attained satisfactory results.
Hi, Elbow Juice.
The world would get its first look at
look
Chain
it
of
up a
Memories
tutorial
in
real quick. I
September
forgot how to do this.
2003 at the Tokyo Game Show, where among the Western games press, it would be largely overshadowed by the simultaneous reveals of Kingdom Hearts 2 and Final Fantasy VII Advent Children. In the wake of these announcements, Tetsuya Nomura was upfront about the portable entry's significance to the console sequel that fans were waiting for. It wouldn't be long before excitement for Chain of Memories began to manifest. At that year's Jump Festival in December, a 2-hour line to play a public demo of the game had been formed before the event doors had opened. While the 15-minute demo gave an idea of how the new card system would play, IGN's Anup Gantea felt that it wasn't enough to pass judgment on the system yet.
There we go.
Though he did enjoy himself once he got to grips with it.
There we go. It's all fine
As
now.
2003 gave way to 2004, and the summer drew to a close, so too would Chain of Memories' development. The game was mostly complete, but the team were still undecided on how exactly to conclude the story. They had nearly filled the cartridge completely, leaving them with few options. Further complicating matters was Tetsuya Nomura's absence during the 11th hour and final submission period, as he would be at the Venice International Film Festival to screen an unfinished cut of Advent Children. Left with no choice, Nomura would tell the team before he left that he would retroactively approve whatever they did upon his return. There was no time to dawdle. It needed to get done. With a rapidly approaching deadline, the team settled on an ending, and the master ROM would be submitted in early September. The game's success in Japan was more or less guaranteed, and its November 11th domestic release would coincide with a full-fledged Kingdom Hearts trading card game. But here in North America, there was little buzz in the games press for Chain of Memories. Electronic Gaming Monthly would include it as part of their Fall Games preview in their November 2004 issue, but writer Shane Bettenhausen's recommendation was tempered by apprehensions about the card system, as well as concerns that younger players who hadn't played the first game would be completely lost. Nintendo Power would proclaim it as a must-have among the slew of titles releasing for the Big End's platforms during the 2004 holiday season. And GameSpot's Ricardo Torres thought that it was a solid and interesting game when he played it for an October preview, though he felt that the card system, while providing plenty of options for players, wouldn't be to everyone's liking. Much of the game's pre-release coverage was tinged with a certain longing for what was yet to come. The December issues of both EGM and GamePro would even feature previews of Kingdom Hearts 2 when Chain of Memories was just coming out of the gate. Additionally, the 2004 holiday season would prove to be a crowded one for games. In North America, the Game Boy Advance would see the Dawn of Souls ports of the first two Final Fantasy games, as well as Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green. Nintendo themselves would release the Nintendo DS. And past the portable space were Star Wars Battlefront, Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door, Ratchet & Clank Up Your Arsenal, Jak 3, Halo 2, Half-Life 2, and Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, among many others. Like its predecessor, Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories would be entering an absolute bloodbath when it hit store shelves in North America on December 7th, 2004.
Yes. This is perfecto. This is finally perfecto. Okay. But we want to make sure... Did the tinsy-tansy?
This is the aircraft carrier shelter you seized, previously owned by a small faction of about 800 people.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry about the ads. You're just gonna have to keep watching me. But I need to take a quick peek-see at some other things. I need to go into the Merge Caprice account. I need to look at the... Where are all of our final videos? Concert. Move microphone. Okay, art showcase. Here's one of them. You guys can watch this, I guess, if you want it.
Hello. Welcome to our March Caprice Cosmic Art Showcase.
Started about 15 seconds.
Hello. Welcome to our March Caprice Cosmic Art Showcase. I'm Esper, one of the art leads of March Caprice this year, and I'm joined by my two co-hosts, Daybreak.
Hello.
And Shane.
Yo.
Today we have some stellar pieces by some stellar artists, so why don't we just go ahead and get started. First up we have Elephant, and she writes, "Hello Jello."
Okay. Hello,
Yo!
Jello.
Today we have some stellar pieces by some stellar artists, so why don't we just go ahead and get started.
Okay, so about 15 seconds to 35 seconds. So we got... That's 20 seconds, so we're gonna swing on over to the video sequencer, which happens in seconds, not... Okay, yeah, so 20 seconds. And these are all my markers. Right, that's 20 seconds. So about there is when we want to put our first marker. That's what we need to get to. We need to fill this space. Right. Then we're gonna go timeline, please. Thank you. Okay, so that's where we need to go now. Camera, where are your keyframes? Thank you. Okay, so this will arrive about then. So that's, it starts to move and then it goes there. Does it look up? Okay. Okay, this might not have kept the same. Okay, that should just be looking up. But... Is that centered? Can anyone tell? Is that centered? Is that centered? I can't tell if that's centered or not. Okay, this should actually maybe be a little bit more like that. Right? Does that look good? That's a little bit more centered, yes. So we look up. We actually move forward just a little bit, right? So we look up. Okay. So this should probably stay the same, and then we kind of... The curtains, we're going to fade up, and then the curtains pull back a little bit like they had, and then we're going to look up. We're going to come into our yes. What is... Okay. So we need to keep 85.4 to be 85.4 pink. Actually, we can tilt it up just a little bit there, maybe. Yeah. Silence, bot. I wish I could do this from the... I wish I wasn't so dumb, mostly. How do I want to get into here. Thank you. Likely ban evader restricted. Yeah, so I should have not published. Oh, okay. So I'm still getting those. Shut up, bot. Anyway. So you guys can't see the bot, but a bot is there. They should. Yeah. Oh, no, 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 no. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. Just to make sure. Let me see here. Let me pop into here. Binky dinky ding, biddly dinky dink. Okay. Beautiful. Okay, let's keep going with this video. Subscribe to Andrew's Patreon. Let's go, let's go. Actually, let's keep looking.
Chain of
this
Memories
way.
picks up right where the original game's epilogue left off. Sora, Donald, and Goofy spot Pluto with a letter from King Mickey and give chase, but that night at a crossroads, Sora finds a mysterious figure in a black coat, beckoning him further down the path with vague proclamations of there being something important to him ahead. But in order to claim it, he must lose something dear to him. Sora continues onward and finds a strange castle at the end of the path, seemingly standing in a void of nothingness. Castle Oblivion. Inside, the trio are confronted by that same cloaked figure, who tells them that this castle affects the memories of those inside it. The moment they entered, they forgot every spell and ability they knew, and will lose more of their memories as they ascend its floors. But it's only through forgetting that they can remember their most important, hidden memories. This ascent sees them traipsing through recreations of the worlds they traveled to on their first adventure based on their memories, all the while they're monitored from afar by a shadowy organization. Much like the original game, Chain of Memories' plot is a simple one, but the enigmatic nature of the organization and memory-altering properties of Castle Oblivion lend a much more sinister undercurrent than before. The stakes initially appear much lower than they were in Sora's previous adventure, at least on a macro scale. While each of the castle's floors projects a facsimile of other worlds, that's all they are. Everything takes place in Castle Oblivion, where Sora, Donald, and Goofy believe they may find Riku and King Mickey. This is to the story's benefit, as while the organization does have their own business...
This is a horrible way to watch Andrew's video. You should go watch it yourself. But... I exited out of that. Dinkus! What a big dummy. God. Okay, I need to get back to that video. Part 1. So we need to figure out who, what, when, and how.
At adapting these from.
So I'm gonna open up my notes. Ooh, my notes. Da 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 da. Don't save. I don't need any of those. Okay. Fine. Whatever. Then we do Art Showcase P1. We start off with Allie. And then I'm sorry to the showcase,
I
but I'm
love
going to
all
be
5
zooming.
of these.
Kind of, if you like Sora, stay tuned because in Hunts.
Let's actually turn you off and we'll continue.
Business and other members outside the castle, including their mysterious superior, the story focuses less on who they are and what they want, and more on how Sora, Donald, and Goofy are affected by the loss of their memories and, in Sora's case, the reemergence of those that had seemingly been forgotten. It happens gradually at first, with their memories of Hollow Bastion beginning to slip as early as the 2nd floor. This slippage of their memories and erasure of the journal is made all the more unsettling by the liminal spaces of Castle Oblivion itself. The stone and marble columns, flowers and obelisks, completely unmoving and bright as day, and massive doors that greet you at the end of each floor's identical entrance halls feel
they went in alphabetical order.
off. The overall presentation is gorgeous, with fluidly animated and detailed sprite work and faithful aesthetic recreations of the original game's worlds. While the sprites themselves were the work of the Jupiter staff, it was all based on the 3D modeling work of Tatsuya Kondo, who would send them carefully selected animation frames of the first game's 3D models to recreate as 2D sprites. It was,
like I said, just so well researched. Like I hear people who have made the games that I love for like the first time. With Andrew's videos.
a time-consuming process that was dependent on Kondo figuring out which angles would work best in a 2D space for every character, including every Heartless. This even extended to the handful of new Heartless and characters introduced in the game, which had to have their own models created from scratch for Kondo to screenshot for Jupiter. Probably the most impressive aspect.
It is a reminder that games are a collaborative effort, right? I think especially in the games world, because it is like kind of behind film criticism, in terms of like it being like viewed as a legitimate thing that you can analyze as like an art piece, video games. And I feel like because of that, game analysis kind of falls very hard into like auteur theory. Like you see it a lot with oh, what's that other very big Death Stranding. Death Stranding. Oh, Death Stranding. The developer for that and the Metal Gear. I'm so bad at liking video games, I think. Death Stranding. Kojima. As soon as I search it, with the way that like people talk about Hideo Kojima games, that there's a lot of people that do a lot of hard work, obviously. A lot of last minute work sometimes when Nomura forces them to do that with him. Sometimes art is not always just like one super intelligent, super capable man doing stuff all of the time. It's a team effort.
Of the presentation is the FMVs, which are few and extremely compressed, but the fact that they're here at all is nothing short of admirable. You'll only bear witness to 4 of them throughout Sora's journey, half of which open and close the story, but despite the lack of voiceover and the changes to brightness, contrast, and colors that had to be made to get them looking decent, they are a nice treat. Though I wouldn't be surprised if the color limitations described by character art director Tomohiro Hasegawa played a part in the designs of the different members of the organization. While their black coats came from those worn by the aforementioned figures in the first game's secret endings, the monochrome outfits lend themselves to being in the opening FMV. It's also entirely possible that there were plans to use them in additional FMVs, hence why they all have colorful yet still monochrome hair. The lack of variance in shading could have been decided based on the limitations of what they could show with FMVs. Alternatively, it could have been a decision made to make them more easily distinct from one another when they're on screen together. Regardless of intent, their designs do stick out despite all of them wearing the same outfit. But of course, the organization aren't just here to look pretty. They've got their sights set on Sora, and whatever plans they have involve stripping him of his memories. And in Castle Oblivion, that involves converting all of those memories, friends, abilities, experiences, what have you, into cards.
In just the last 7 days, 8,368 men have clicked the link on.
Oh my god, quit trying to sell me fucking cryptocurrency. or I don't know, dick pills or whatever it
Each
was.
attack, spell, and item are represented by a card in your deck, and each card has a value between 0 and 9. In battle, only one entity can play a card at a time, but that card can be broken.
I love to say like Isor's name, like Igor. Ooh, Isor. My name is Isor, master. Please, might I get you some parts of a corpse? Anybody looking at Epic Universe? Man, I love I love that they finally made Dark Universe happen.
If an opposing entity plays a card with a higher value. The sole exception is cards with a value of 0, which can break cards of any value but can also be broken by anything in turn. You can also stack up to 3 cards into a sleight, which will either execute a combo with the combined card's total value, or a special ability that Sora can unlock every few levels, after certain story beats, or in chests in certain worlds. Things like Sliding Dash, Blitz, Zantetsuken, and Sonic Blade. Their effectiveness varies, with some, like Ars Arcanum, being handicapped by the low total value required to execute them, while Tier 3 magic like Blizzaga are available from the start, so long as you have 3 Blizzard cards to stack. The one consistent downside to sleights is that the first card used for them doesn't come back when you reload your deck, which itself requires standing in place and holding A on your reload card to fill the gauge. The more often you reload in battle, the longer it takes to fill the gauge, starting at 1 and capping out at 3. It thankfully doesn't take too long even at its longest, but some enemies and bosses can make it difficult to find a moment to breathe long enough to make any progress on it.
Does anyone want to put a space in their username ever? Yeah, you're making it's a whole other thought that you make in here.
Around this is with item cards, potions, ethers, and the like, which instantly reload certain types of cards once per battle, with some restrictions or added benefits.
Capri.
Namely, higher tier item
Mr.
cards can
Sun.
also reset your reload counter, and even reload single-use premium cards or those used as part of a sleight. And like other card types, items can also be part of a handful of sleights. Donald, Goofy, and guest characters like Jack Skellington and Ariel are still here, but they're no longer a persistent presence. Instead, they're able to be called like a summon with friend cards, which drop randomly during battle. Picking them up will place them at the top of your deck for easy access, and they function more or less in accordance with how their special attacks worked in the first game. All of these make up just one of the 2 card categories, with the other being occupied solely by enemy cards. These are required when you defeat certain bosses or at random based on the last enemy you beat in battle. They're part of their own sort of side deck, accessible with the select button, and they grant you certain buffs for as long as they're active, usually for a certain number of attacks or reloads. They don't have a value and can be played basically whenever, but you can only have one active at a time. They cost a decent amount of card points to add to your deck, but their effects are usually worth the price. Extending combos, increasing card values, damage boosters, and the like are all on the table. Like in KH1, your capabilities expand as Sora levels up, but unlike KH1, you get to choose what bonus you want upon level up. I already mentioned sleights, but the other 2 options are a boost to your max HP or to your card points, which allow you to add more cards to your deck. Every card has its own point cost based on the card itself and its value, with 0 cards, because of how flexible they are, having the highest cost. As you go through the memory worlds, you'll be able to find more types of attack cards based on the keychains from KH1. They all have their own stats for their reach, speed, recovery from being broken, and which part of a combo they're used for, with their point costs being loosely derived from them. These special attributes for each type of attack card lend an extra dimension to deck building strategy. You would do well to learn which of your cards works best for each hit in a combo, as well as what sleights you want to use consistently, rather than focusing solely on high numbers, how late in the game you unlocked them, or how good they were in the first game. Once you do, you'll find battles going by more quickly as you deal more damage thanks to more efficient deck building.
Merge in.
Unfortunately, the amount of information available to you while actively editing your decks is limited. Swing speed, recovery, and elemental affinity are shown, but your attack card's individual strengths in a combo are boiled down to an overall attack rating, meaning you either need to flip back and forth between the deck editor and the journal, which does show the combo values, and take notes, or have an external guide on hand. It's a small nuisance, but a nuisance nonetheless. All of this is to say nothing of how more cards are acquired. You can either interact with certain objects in your environment, which can yield a random card, HP or MP orbs, or you can take that MP, or Moogle points, to a Moogle room to exchange them for card packs, random sets of 5 cards from the category you choose, though interacting with a shop for the first time will net you a free pack of attack cards. However, this is all based on luck. Not just because of the random card selection, but because of the need to use Moogle points and the ability to create a Moogle room. Traversing through the game's memory worlds isn't as simple as exploring them and finishing the story therein. Like everything else, this aspect of the game is also governed by cards. Worlds consist of multiple boxy rooms in a predetermined configuration, and the only way to move to the next one is to use a room card awarded at the end of a battle to give that room form. Like the cards used in battle, they're also numbered 0 through 9 and come in different categories, and you have to use a card that fulfills the requirements of the door you're trying to open. This isn't a bad thing, as it gives you a fair amount of control over the play experience, but your influence is limited by what cards you're rewarded, which is entirely random. Save rooms, bounty rooms which have chests containing new cards and slights, and Moogle rooms aren't exactly rare, but they, like every other card, are never guaranteed to drop. The combat in Chain of Memories is a surprisingly solid translation of the original on PS2, though not without compromises. Sora can still jump and dodge roll, with the latter being mapped to double tapping left or right, and the different Heartless still have the same general attack styles and weaknesses as in the original. The perspective does engender some frustration, however, with enemies like large bodies, fat bandits, and defenders, who still are only vulnerable when attacked from the rear, but they don't have animations for turning from left to right, so now they can become impervious to your attacks within the span of a single frame.
You guys hearing the snores?
Similarly, while Sora's drop shadow allows you to know where you're landing, it can be difficult to gauge how high your jump actually is, meaning that jumping to avoid attacks can be a bit of a crapshoot, as is estimating how high off the ground enemies like Dark Balls, Air Soldiers, and the Prismatic Melodies are. On the surface, it's all well and good. Nothing incredible, but thoughtfully considered. It's when you start getting into the details of the system, leveling up, slights, card values, and stats and the like, that things start to get both more and less complicated. Slights, for example, expand Sora's capabilities, but not without cost, as already explained. But they also aren't always necessary, especially in fights with standard mobs. You can just use high value and 0 cards to break their cards and prevent them from attacking. This doesn't quite work against bosses, as many of them do make use of slights, meaning you either will need to have those 0 cards handy or counter with your own higher value slights. Some boss fights do have a gimmick card that can drop, which will turn the battle in your favor, with its effects being dependent on the boss, but they are a bit limited. This can lead to players building their decks with high card values with maybe some 0s for good measure, conditioning them to think that higher values are all that are needed to win. But is this a flaw of the system, a flaw in how it's explained to players, or a flaw of its implementation? I would argue it's some combination of the three. The system itself works well, the fundamentals are explained clearly, and in practice there are no inherent issues. But when it's explained mostly in a vacuum, and most of your time engaging with it is in the most rudimentary fashion because you can't have basic enemies be too challenging, bosses which push players to really apply their knowledge of how the game's systems work can come off as more punishing than they really are. I like the card system, but it's not perfect. The randomness in acquiring new cards and unlocking some abilities through specific rooms can make deck building difficult, and many players will find it unintuitive on the surface as they try to brute force it to play like the first game, only to hit several brick walls toward the end. But once you've got a handle on it, it's a solid and impressive reimagining of the original game's combat system that suits the platform, even if it doesn't quite reach the same heights as its predecessor. However, while the combat was able to capture the essence of the first game, if in a roundabout way, Chain of Memories wasn't quite able to live up to the structure of Sora's first adventure.
Oh, that's right. I need to download this one at a time, because it's freaking Google, isn't it? Don't show me these freaking ads. Stop. Anyway. MC5.
As was the case in the first game, Chain of Memories takes Sora, Donald, and Goofy through a series of vignettes in various Disney worlds with an overarching story wrapping around them. However, things are a bit different this go-around. First and foremost, as mentioned earlier, we're not actually going to these different worlds. Rather, they're recreations of the worlds from the first game based on Sora's memories, represented by cards given to him by members of the organization. This isn't inherently bad, but when you consider that the player is given free rein to go through most of these worlds in any order they please, it becomes very difficult to craft a cohesive through line for them all. Unfortunately, what happens in the Disney worlds is completely self-contained, but that doesn't mean they're completely divorced from the bigger picture. Rather than repeating the events that transpired in the first game one-to-one, the Disney worlds in Calm not only try some new things in their stories, but also tie them back into the memories motif. However, while most of the card worlds do tie into that overall theme, they don't really do much to build on it in a meaningful way. While each world has its own layout, the individual rooms have to be crafted by the player themselves with room cards. The aesthetics are different, of course, but this minimalist approach leads to every world, not just the Disney ones, feeling mostly the same. You end up going through the same motions every time. Choose a card, watch a short scene, go to 3 specific rooms to advance the story and beat a boss, move on to the next floor, repeat. The only exception is the 100-Acre Wood, where instead you guide Pooh Bear through a meadow, meet up with his friends to unlock new cards and abilities, and that's it. But let's be honest about this. One of the big draws, if not the biggest, of Kingdom Hearts at the time was the Disney component. Keeping all of that for Chain of Memories was non-negotiable, and Nomura had the theme of memories in mind since basically the start of the game's conceptual phase. In addition, they already had models that could be made into sprites, making the decision to stick with the same worlds a bit more pragmatic. But it also could have been to allow those who hadn't played the first game to get a vague idea of what happened therein. After all, this game was made mainly because Nomura had talked with parents whose children wanted to play it on the Game Boy Advance. Moreover, a decent number of scenes taking place between them early on are basically Sora, Donald, and Goofy expositing the main story beats of their previous adventure, with the justification that they're losing their memories and need to make sure they're still on the same page, that they still remember who their friends are and why they're here. It's no substitute for actually playing the first game, but it's enough for new players like Little Timbly to get a basic understanding of the broad strokes of it while reinforcing the current plot.
He has pecs for eyes. Timbly does.
But Daisuke Watanabe already struggled to make the main wraparound story work across 13 mostly modular floors. The stories within these card worlds are told in basically any order, but the scenes bookending them in the castle's liminal hallways are set in stone. Watanabe said that writing for Chain of Memories led to the biggest slump up to that point in his career, and I have no trouble believing that. A massive chunk of the game's first half moves at a glacial pace as we're introduced to the game's core conceit, and as Sora and the others check that they're okay as their memories begin to slip away and change without them realizing it. And while the memory worlds can quickly devolve into filler and padding, contributing less and less to the game's themes as they retread the same ground with no larger narrative contribution, the story that's wrapped around them is genuinely interesting and engaging. And it's all orchestrated by a whole new crew of villains.
Villains. Villain's Land is coming.
At the start of the story, Sora, and by extension the player,
You can't kill yourself until Villain's Land in a Disney World opens up. So, please, you have to stay alive to see Villain's Land in Disney World. Did I download this one already?
are told that Castle Oblivion affects the memories of those who venture through its halls. The higher he climbs, the further he goes, the more he'll forget. But in place of those discarded memories, those which were once lost would re-emerge. This all appears to be true. At first, Sora, Donald, and Goofy gradually begin to forget the details of their previous adventure. Jiminy's journal is wiped clean, and before too long, Sora begins to remember another kid who hung out with him, Riku, and Kairi all the time when they were kids on the Destiny Islands, but he can't quite remember her name. In reality, none of this is being caused by the castle. It's a strange, non-Euclidean place to be sure, but the stripping and shifting of their memories is actually part of the plot being conducted by the organization, or the Order in the Japanese.
Non-Euclidean is a great word, especially to describe Castle Oblivion. Anybody know where it mostly came from? Actually, no, I think it mostly is Lovecraftian. It means not being built on the curve like the Earth is. So the angles are wrong. It's just weird.
Version. The story cuts to them observing Sora through a crystal ball every so often, and while we learn almost nothing about who they actually are and what they want to achieve, their presence contributes to the game's disquieting atmosphere. They're always watching Sora as he ascends higher up the castle's floors, remarking on how their plan to strip away his memories is coming to fruition. It takes a while for the curtain to be completely pulled back on why they're doing this to him, but Axel implies early on that, in addition to being chosen by the Keyblade, retaining his sense of self when he turned into a Heartless in KH1 is also part of it. He mentions offhand that only one other person has managed to do this, and that the organization exists to unlock the secrets of the heart, so their interest in him, at least initially, appears to be scientific in nature. By the midpoint, it's revealed that Marluxia, the one who led Sora to the castle in the first place, intends to strip him of his memories so that he'll be the perfect tool to usurp their enigmatic superior and take the organization for himself. The sadistic Larxene is in on his plan from the beginning, with Axel seeming to join in once he figures them out. However, Vexen, their resident scientist, needs a bit more convincing, and crafts a perfect replica of Riku to test Sora's abilities to see if Marluxia's plan is even worth considering. While most of them can quickly get on each other's nerves, they're all more or less on the same page when it comes to Sora. Each has a different dynamic with him, but they each sport their own unique brand of antagonism. Marluxia, before he pulls his hood down, is cryptic and direct in equal measure. Axel is a bit of a showboat and is prone to flaunt the fact that he knows more than Sora, using cryptic riddles like Marluxia. But unlike the Lord of the Castle, he's willing to answer some of Sora's questions more directly, and even offer him a hint as to what he's talking about when the boy is understandably confused. Larxene is an out-and-out sadist, taking immense pleasure in screwing with Sora physically, mentally, and emotionally.
The Marquis de Sade.
Vexen's antagonism is much more low-key compared to the others. His interest in Sora is purely scientific, and he doesn't actually care to confront the boy directly. But when Marluxia prematurely declares his Riku replica to be a failure, and threatens to report Vexen to their superior over his protests, he's ordered to eliminate Sora as penance. While most of the questions surrounding the organization go unanswered by the end of the story, because it was already known that the group would be a major focus of Kingdom Hearts 2, for which Calm is actively setting the stage, that ambiguity isn't really a detriment to it. If anything, it makes them one of the game's most tantalizing elements. But what's most important for this story is that Marluxia has his sights set on Sora, and as part of his plan to tear him down, he's forcibly conscripted the help of a young girl with mysterious powers, powers which can completely unravel the boy and his memories piece by piece.
Think your taxes are simple? You could file
Shut
for
up
free
about
with
taxes,
H&R
I'll
Block.
do them
More people
maybe.
qualify for H&R Block for
Slowly but surely, Sora's memories slip away as he and his friends venture deeper into Castle Oblivion. Despite this, he's confident that his most important memories, those of his friends, won't be forgotten. As proof of this, he shows Donald and Goofy the good luck charm that Kairi gave him. He promised he would return it to her, which reinforces his conviction that he'll never forget her. But as he thinks about her and what she may be doing at that moment back home, his memory of her begins to distort into that of a blonde girl in a white dress. It comes to him slowly, until he remembers who she is. She was with them on the islands when they were kids, always drawing them while they played with their toy swords. But one day she left, and Sora never understood why. The only thing he can't remember is her name. It's only when Larxene taunts him about it, gloating about how they're holding her hostage, that it finally comes to him. Naminé. Knowing that his long-lost childhood friend is being held captive, Sora continues his ascent of Castle Oblivion, knowing that his memories will continue to fade. Because when it comes to his friends, he'll do anything to protect them and ensure their safety. Self-sacrifice is always an option for him. But by the time he recalls her name, Sora's memories have already shifted further, as his memories of Naminé completely displace those of Kairi, signified by her Thalassa Shell good luck charm being transformed into a star charm. Sora finds Riku, in reality Vexen's replica, who fights with him over who Naminé's true hero is, as the two continue to climb higher. All the while, Marluxia observes from afar as all the pieces fall into place. All thanks to Naminé and her ability to manipulate memories.
Okay.
This plot is absolutely diabolical. Friendship and loyalty define Sora, and he's endearing because of it. The first game wasn't even subtle about how his friends are his power, his greatest strength. Chain of Memories flips the script, turning this into Sora's worst flaw. Through his clashes with the Riku replica, who he believes is the real Riku whose memories have also been slipping away, and the supplanting of his memories of Kairi with fake ones of Naminé, Sora loses sight of why he came here in the first place. As he climbs higher and higher, he becomes more and more focused on rescuing her, to the detriment of everything else. Even when Jiminy, Donald, and Goofy questioned why he had never brought up Naminé before they came here, and why he's the only one remembering things, he refuses to stop and consider that there's something very, very wrong going on. From Sora's perspective, nothing makes sense. The organization is now killing their own while continuing to give him cryptic non-answers. He thinks that the late Vexen changed Riku back into being his hyper-competitive and antagonistic self. Twilight Town felt familiar, but he's certain he had never been there before. But because he's been losing his memories this whole time, can he really be certain about that? No, he can't. But the one thing he is certain of is that he promised to protect Naminé, and nothing will stop him from rescuing her. This pushes him to his lowest point. When Donald and Goofy show deep concern over how single-minded he's become, how strange it is that he and Riku have the exact same memories of making the exact same promise to protect Naminé, and ask him to just take a second to actually think about everything that's going on, he loses it. He interprets their concern and reservations as personal attacks, that his own concern is misplaced, and that they should give up on trying to find her. Because they dared to question his judgment and convictions even a little bit, in a shocking reversal of when they first arrived at Hollow Bastion in the last game, Sora abandons them, opting to plow through the distorted memories of his home alone.
There we go.
As a result, their friend
Perfect.
cards don't even appear while you work your way through the Destiny Islands. This isn't right. Sora would never turn his back on his friends like this. Even in such dire circumstances, the very idea of valuing one person over anyone else should be unthinkable to him. It's horribly out of character for someone who's normally so cheery and dedicated to the people he cares about, especially when those people broke their royal oaths to stand by his side. Abandoning them is completely anathema to Sora's character, and that's why it's brilliant. Marluxia has succeeded in turning Sora's dedication to the people he cares about into his greatest weakness, by turning it into an all-or-nothing obsession focused on a single person. A person who, unbeknownst to Sora at this point, he never actually knew about until today. Through Naminé, he was able to warp and corrupt this simple and relatable heroic quality into the potential harbinger of his own undoing. It reveals a darker side to Sora, showing that he's capable of falling victim to his own ego and sense of righteousness under the right circumstances, despite being driven by sympathetic and selfless...
Which is such... I think that's such great character work. Character choices. When a character strength can at the same time be a fault, a character weakness. I think that's fantastic writing, because that's how it happens a lot of the times in the real world too. Thank you so much, Vodka. It's great.
Motives.
It's great.
What pulls him back?
And Sora really is, and the Chain of Memories really is underrated, and how much it plays with Sora of all characters mostly. It's really cool. It's pushing his character to the extreme, and it's very interesting.
From the brink is finally seeing the one he considers most special to him, except it may not be who he was expecting.
Okay.
All right, Gabby from Vegas, let's go ahead and pack your concentrate orders. So your brownie batter went back in stock today, so you
It's yogurt.
Naminé is a wilting flower if there ever was one. She's a meek, quiet girl who never had the courage to stand up for herself. She's never had any friends, and as far as we know, has only lived to be used by others. While bringing Sora to Castle Oblivion was Marluxia's plan,
Big
and
Naminé
she was
year this
merely
year,
a tool
too.
used to break him,
Lots of good stuff.
Naminé's participation wasn't entirely against her own will. Marluxia threatened to lock her up in the castle forever if she didn't cooperate, and her existence thus far has been a lonely one. She thought that maybe she could use her abilities to make friends who could stop Marluxia and free her from a solitary life trapped in the liminal halls of Castle Oblivion. But after Vexen tries acting against Marluxia, things start going sideways. When Marluxia and Larxene are gone, Axel lets Naminé go free so that the chaos that would ensue would give him, as he puts it, one hell of a show. She takes the opportunity to meet with Sora in the memory world of Destiny Islands, where she tells him that the version of her that exists in his memories, in his heart, doesn't exist. When he protests and shows her the good luck charm, she tells him to think hard about who's most important to him, and despite his certainty that it's her, the charm transforms again, back to its original state. His memories of Kairi still linger, somewhere deep down. After one last clash with the Riku replica, whose mind Naminé has to shatter to protect Sora, and reuniting with Donald and Goofy to defeat Larxene once and for all, Naminé tearfully explains exactly what's been going on. She's ready for Sora to turn around and hate her for what she did and leave her to her lonely fate. But he doesn't. He isn't exactly thrilled that she went messing around with his memories, and now understands that they're total lies, but they still feel right. He still feels beholden to that promise, even though it wasn't real. And so we've come full circle. Through Donald and Goofy coming back to him after he left them behind, and the revelation that he had been used, Sora reaffirms who he is. He's a loyal friend, even to someone who was never really his friend at all. It's incredibly wholesome and solidifies that the bonds he forges with others are his greatest strength, even in the most dire circumstances. Even as his memories have been put through a spaghetti strainer, and he's forgotten so many of the friends he's made along this crazy journey so far, Sora is still able to make a new friend despite it all. And thankfully, this new friend can put right what she made wrong. They just have to get to the 13th floor and clear out the stragglers. No card is required to open the door to the 13th floor. You don't traverse a recreation of any world from Sora's memory. Instead, you navigate the upper halls of Castle Oblivion itself. The layout of the floor is simple and to the point, though it is a bit big. And by this point, the difficulty of the boss fights has already begun to ramp up. The last fight with the Riku replica can be pretty tough, and so can the rematches against Larxene and Axel, the latter of whom attempted to strike down Marluxia for betraying the organization, acting on Marluxia's own orders to rid them of their traitor. Axel had been onto them the whole time, and killed Vexen to gain their trust. But it's the confrontation with Marluxia where things get truly interesting. He orders Naminé to completely erase Sora's memories here and now, just as she did to the Riku replica. The way he sees it, Sora can be pieced back together over time, and he will have his puppet. Naminé refuses, her brief time spent with Sora giving her the courage to finally stand up for herself, but Sora assures her that it's okay. With his friend's help, he can get pieced back together properly, or so he believes. He would be completely empty. There would be nothing left, like Vexen's little science project. Except, despite Naminé shattering his heart, Repliku is still alive and kicking, now completely aware that he's not the real thing. Everything about him may be fake, but his promise to protect Naminé is real to him, and it's what's keeping him going now. Despite Marluxia's proclamations that chaining themselves to false memories makes them weak, the fact that they're fighting for someone other than themselves is what makes them strong. They aren't going to pretend they actually happened. What matters is that they made the choice to be true to themselves and follow their hearts. It's a choice that, if Marluxia had gotten his way, they wouldn't have been allowed to make. The penultimate battle with Marluxia can be tough if you aren't prepared for it. He moves fast, swings wide, and loves his slights. If you aren't ready to whittle him down with 0 cards and dodge roll to avoid his big attacks, you're gonna have a bad time. Especially since he has 4 health bars, meaning that this can take a bit of time. Personally, I think it's probably the toughest fight in the game. Every time I come back to Chain of Memories, I always struggle with it. However, that being said, I also think it's probably the best fight in the entire game. It really pushes you to learn his tells and get the timing just right to dodge out of the way of his attacks. It does a terrific job at carrying the torch of the first game's more measured combat philosophy. This is a roundabout way of saying that the final boss is kind of disappointing. It's not all that difficult if you keep up with his pattern, especially when you realize that, unlike the last fight, he doesn't use any slights at all, and breaking his cards is the primary mode of play for most of it. I do like the design of this thing he's affixed himself to, particularly the blades mounted to the front that mimic his scythe. It's a neat extension of the whole Grim Reaper, Spectre of Death thing he's got going on. With Marluxia defeated, the final order of business is for Sora, Donald, and Goofy to get their memories restored. But Sora still has a choice to make. As Naminé explains, memories are linked together like a chain. When she was mucking about in Sora's heart, she broke countless links in that chain and created new ones. In order to restore their memories, they'll have to forget everything that happened here. From their perspective, it would be as though the events of this game never happened. Alternatively, they could retain their memories of Castle Oblivion, but they'd be giving up their real memories in exchange. It's not an easy choice for him to make, as he would also forget Naminé, but Sora chooses to have her hit the reset button. Naminé leads them all to a series of large, flowery pods, where they'll all be sleeping for a little while as she sets their memories back to normal. And because they won't remember her when they wake up, Jiminy jots down a note in his journal to thank Naminé, a sweet gesture that you know came from a genuine place. Before he climbs into the pod, Sora says he was glad to have met her, and makes a promise, a real, literal pinky promise, that they'll meet again after he wakes up. As he gets settled in, she reminds him that he made another promise to someone who, despite her best efforts, he could never replace. If he can remember that person, then surely all of his other memories will return too. He pulls out the good luck charm, and slowly all the friends he's met on his journey so far come into view. He thinks about those most important to him, calling to mind Riku and Kairi. Sora was right all along. He could never forget about her. Not really. As his friends come into focus, Naminé begins to fade away. But it's okay. They promised they would meet again someday, and while he may forget her, she'll always be in his heart. It's a bittersweet ending, but definitely more sweet than bitter. But more pertinently, for those who either skip or otherwise just don't jive with this game, resetting Sora's memory back to the end of the first game could make it easier to jump from KH1 straight to KH2, and I think for that reason alone, the memory wipe was the right call. Not everyone who would have played the first game would have played or even finished Chain of Memories. There's the shift in platform from the PS2 to the GBA, of course, giving the impression that it's a spin-off that can be skipped, but also the actual gameplay. While I personally like the card system, I understand why many wouldn't. Which is a shame, because the story is intriguing and worth experiencing, not just as a prelude to the next console game, but on its own merits. Of course, that's not all there is to say about Chain of Memories. Unfortunately, the 1-hour time limit on videos for March Caprice has left me with no choice but to cut these from this version of the video. But like my video on KH1 last year, after this premiere, I'll have an extended version of this video that is more than twice as long available to watch here on my channel, where I talk about Riku's story, the remake, and other things that are scrolling up on screen now. So if you want a deeper dive into Chain of Memories than what I've provided here, you should definitely subscribe and give it a watch. But for now, let's wrap this up and talk about the game's reputation today.
Why is everybody putting up with ads like it's 2010? Like, it's 2025, guys. Just use Pi. This Chrome extension takes 5 seconds.
No, I will not ad block. I want people to get their little cents to the dollar.
Just over a year following its reveal, Kingdom Hearts Chain of
I see. Okay. He wanted to keep this as probably here's the extended version, so that's why this one is still unlisted. Got it. Gotcha. I will have to get around to watching the extended version. So well put together. Exist exits. Oh my god. Would exist. Sorry, I'm very dense and didn't put that together that you wanted people to watch the extended
Memories
version
would launch
more.
to both critical and commercial success in Japan.
Yes,
Famitsu
this is
would
so
give it an
cool, and
extremely positive
wait to
rating
dig
of
into
36
even
out
more.
of 40, and it
I
would
love
top
Chain
the
of
sales
Memories.
charts the week it was released with over 173,000 copies
Even though-
sold.
yeah.
By the end of the year, that number would climb to over 288,000 units, making it the 35th best-selling game in Japan that year. While it faced much stronger competition in North America, Chain of Memories would still manage to crack 6th place in GameSpot's sales charts for December 2004. While reception was still positive, it wasn't quite as glowing as it was in Japan. By far the most contentious element was the actual gameplay. Some enjoyed the level of depth and strategy the card system offered. Others felt that it devolved into simply playing high-numbered cards by the end, with strategy being completely unnecessary, with the game structure also quickly becoming dull and repetitive. While reviews were generally favorable, that positivity was fairly modest. But sales were still strong. By February 2005, Chain of Memories had sold a combined 1 million units between Japan and North America, and by December 2006, the worldwide total would grow to more than 1.5 million. The game's sales showed that Kingdom Hearts wasn't just a flash in the pan. The series really did have staying power, and fans were eager to see the story continue. However, while many were eager to get even a small taste of where things would be going for Kingdom Hearts 2, much like the critics, fans were also divided on Chain of Memories. Not so much on the story, but on the gameplay, for the same reasons as the critics. But over time, as the remake became the most readily available version, opinions started to turn more sour, as the context of it originally being a GBA game started to get lost, and its status as a bridge game that could be safely skipped to get into Kingdom Hearts 2, which fills you in on the main bullet points, would be annulled as more games in the series started tying threads back to it. It's become a load-bearing game, and that necessity, combined with a style of gameplay a lot of players don't enjoy, has led to a ton of players skipping it anyway to watch the cutscenes on YouTube. However, the game still has its fans, and while the gameplay itself is contentious, the actual story has been praised as one of the best in the series. Despite its rocky reputation, Chain of Memories still endures, and like our most treasured memories, it won't easily be forgotten.
Aww.
While Chain of Memories was under development, Tetsuya Nomura was also working on the console sequel the world was truly waiting for. He had been laying the foundations for it through both Secret Endings and Chain of Memories, both of which had enough dangling threads to keep fans on the hook for whatever would come next. Chain of Memories would prompt players to wonder exactly what was in store for Kingdom Hearts 2, with the mysterious organization still scheming, Riku and Mickey seemingly teaming up with the enigmatic Diz, Axel surviving the massacre at Castle Oblivion, and Naminé carefully putting Sora's memories back together. It seemed like anything was possible. But of all the loose ends yet to be tied up, fans would spend the next year speculating over one in particular that was presented in the epilogue of Reverse Rebirth, one which seemed to tie back into the first game's secret endings. Who exactly is this blonde-haired kid?
BHK, BHK, BHK. Oh. And leaving it on a cliffhanger, too. So well put together, yes. Ugh. Yes, Andrew, yes. And then we got retranslated. Let me make sure that everything is lining up. I think these all just a little bit smaller, just so it fits in good. Right, right. Oh, we don't want a peek. We don't want to peek. We're not missing any. Ooh, ooh, we're not. We're not missing anything, are we? Cool. Okay. That looks like a real real freaking piece of art, if I do say so myself. Look at it. Look at it. Okay. So that's pretty cool. I want to turn the clear coat down a little bit. I'm gonna up the roughness. Whoops. Subsurface, what if we make this a little bit more gold? Oops. Come on. That's good. I think. What if we also, though... What if we went a little cookie crazy? A little cookie crazy? And we, like, made it a little touch more 3D. And we'll begin. So we did, like...
How beautiful is the night after a storm.
How is the volume on this? A little bit quieter.
What should I do with your shoes? What is the cost of living near you? What do you say when you see my smile? If I sit in the sun all day, where do we go? Where did you go? Only
Where did you go?
I can be a part of your world.
Yeah, we can do this.
The voice of the girl who saved me.
Yes. It is the voice of the girl who saved you.
At still underwater.
Good morning.
Listen to me, Donald. You are mad.
Mad, I tell you, mad.
Welcome.
Forgot to swim?
I think differently.
I think differently
Be sure to try it here. Follow the clean, and he will tell you what to do.
Come on, Sora. You can do it.
I can't see.
We swam, danced, and played. It's easy. Come on, have some fun. Spread your wings.
Let the music inspire you. You can.
Please stop playing the music and jump, jump, jump.
This is better or worse, do you think?
See what you can do.
So we drive, dance, and have fun. It's easy. Join us, seize the opportunity, and spread your wings.
Watch the video now. I'm very happy.
Did you see?
What's the video?
You arrive on time, then click, click, click.
Yes, children.
Then we swam, danced, and played. It's easy. Come on, have some fun. Spread your wings.
Don't achieve your goal. Use magic.
It seems to have a purpose. Open, open, open.
You have some time.
Swimming and playing such games. Getting there is easy. Just take your time and spread your wings.
Yes, see how it fits in? That's pretty cool.
It's easy, let's get started. Take this opportunity and let's go.
What about
Let's go.
medicine?
One click is enough, it doesn't take much time. Just click, click, click.
I continue.
Swim here, dance, and enjoy now. It's easy, sign up, take the opportunity and raise your hand.
Say here, this is a sign, leave a message.
Come on and let us start drumming, drumming, drumming.
Now that's your type.
This swim will make you dance with joy. It's very simple, join us. Just take your time and spread your wings.
It's a big time. Good afternoon.
Don't miss the last cup of white bread. Sha-la-la.
What'd you call me?
Job. It's amazing.
We swim swam, danced and played. It's very simple, let's go. Take the chance and spread your wings. Swim together, join in the music. It is good to have enough fish for everyone.
The dead silence.
Sora, you were amazing.
Hello, hello. Want to read more lines? Respect the referee. We have guests.
King Triton.
In my opinion, using the keyboard is not appropriate.
No, everything is fine. He's not an attractive person.
My master is a guest, and he wants me to sing the music.
Yes, that's good. We can help you as much as possible. You see, I think Ariel still has a place in the human world. When you stop thinking about your earthly life, you may need a to-do list to earn your salvation.
Get up and play some music. Many people put music into all of them.
I heard a voice. I really know. Greetings. I hide where? I know you are the girl who saved me. Please, come to say thank you.
They really captured Eric's,
Ariel!
Ericness.
This girl is still doing amazing things. I can swim in water. Oh, the king of the sea has balls!
Come on, you have to
Oh
try.
my god.
I'm sorry, but I don't want to.
Is that within March Caprice guidelines?
At all, Ariel!
You have an idea, Sebastiano.
You work?
Sebastian. Work.
I know how to make Ariel happy. Follow me.
November.
We hope you'll join us, Ariel.
There is something I want to show you. It's such a beautiful charm, right?
He looks like a prince.
Prince?
Look, isn't this
Am I gonna get copyright claimed for this?
surprising? Do you think my collection is complete? Don't you think I'm a girl? Is everyone a girl? Look at the precious
Everyone can be
treasure,
if they
the
want
great
to.
treasure. How weird is it in a cave? When you
Actually,
see
it's not
this,
up to you.
might
You will become
yes,
a girl.
He has everything.
Forced
I
transition.
have many tools and equipment. Who and what I am is eternal. Do you like bad things? I'm 20 years old. But what does that mean? Nothing serious. I want more. I want to go where the people are. I want to see them dance to achieve this. He called them and feet. The more you run, the more you run, where they lay in the sun all day. As a tourist, I want to be a part of this.
As a tourist?
The tourist, I want to be a part of this.
Is this a White Lotus reference? I haven't watched White Lotus. think. Should I just like
Ariel,
smooth vertices?
we are here to help.
Oh no, you three are gone!
Look who's talking.
Yeah, you must tell your father. Oh, what should I do?
Yeah, that looks nice and smooth, doesn't it?
In an open lake, the leaves are always green.
He hoped to get there, but it was a big mistake. Look at the world around you, it's under the sea. This magic surrounds you, what more do you want? Under the sea.
Yeah, that looks
Under
pretty
the
cool,
sea.
don't you think?
Honey, you should take a shower.
Honey.
Take me away.
They work on the beach every day. The sun is very cruel, even when we decided to swim under the sea.
Okay, we're just gonna have to match those eventually. Let's turn the drapes off.
Under the sea,
Under the sea.
under the water,
Under the water.
It's nice to be here, so I'll be happy, of course.
Also, wetlands and rivers.
They were happy and started dancing.
We have souls, so listen to me. Under the sea. Under the sea.
Under the sea.
Under the water.
Under the sea.
When the mustard begins to form a crown, it's a cool sun for me.
They all have a lot of sand. We collect hot shrimps.
All the boxes you know how to
Hot
see.
shrimp.
Under the sea.
Here are small balls covered with carpets under the sea.
All little children learn to cry here.
That's why it's hot.
Underwater.
Yes, we are happy among the insects
Under
under the
the
sea.
Who did the music
what
on
do you
this again?
think, Ariel?
They did such a good job.
Honestly, I think it's a good song, Sebastian, but
Cello Bear,
that's not what I
Ibet
wanted to
Timoram.
read.
Ah, of course they did so good.
I want to read how our world lives in harmony with the land and the sea.
King DC scared the crap out of me when he sang like you.
If you don't ask, you don't have to ask.
Ariel.
Oh, how do I feel about this story? Man, the worst part is, this girl is not only in love, she's also a man.
Is Ariel dating someone?
You have a big mouth.
She's also a
Very
man.
good, Red. I know you will love it again and again.
Again and again.
But who is this he?
Yeah.
Father!
From transpositive to
Ariel,
transphobic
you
real
know how
quick.
dangerous people are.
You don't even know that. My father told me not to trust this man, but it's not all bad as you say. Well, I can assure you.
Help me, Ariel. I will come back to you. If this is the right way.
No!
And so it was.
So like what I did on the other side? I think this is working. Is this working? Is this working? Is this working? I think so. How you been today, Fruit Tune?
Then let's go. I will not continue like this any longer. I'm leaving now. Of course, you don't need my help, but I feel sorry for your princess. Very difficult.
Be safe. Can I sign it?
Yeah, good.
We have a deal. Here.
Ari, do not do anything!
Sister, please. You must
Sister,
stop
please.
this man.
Be patient.
If I remember correctly, the Sora, the line that I hate in the official way is improved somehow here, I think. Yeah.
No! He simply couldn't breathe.
Yeah, it's better. I hate how he like narrates that. Oh, she can't breathe like that. Even though in the actual movie it's somehow miraculously conveyed without having to tell people that, even if it's a children's movie. Oh no, she can't breathe like that.
Oh.
Also very transphobic somehow. Immediately.
Girl, please wake up.
Girl, please wake up. Girl. He.
Whoa, that's easy.
Girl, you better get woke. Go. Woke, girl.
Can't explain what's going on? Where
L.
are you from?
Is this how Gen Zers date? Like, girl, you better wake up. Oh, you can't talk? L. L on talking, girl.
This is my necklace. I do not believe you got it. Thank you.
Girl, get woke.
Come with me.
Wake up, girl, get
I
woke.
want to help you.
Oop. Stuck in the floor. Did you hear that echo? What the heck was that?
Where's Sebastian?
Yes. King Dryden wants her at court.
Dryden.
I wonder if it has anything to do with Ariel.
We are shocked to learn what happened to King Triton, especially if we hide it.
And Ursula?
You lost.
And Ariel? Tomorrow, you will have to wait for sunset, right?
Look! I can't see!
Dare. Yeah, that's got a little bit more life to it now.
Damn! It's over!
Damn!
I think you should go back to Ursula.
Damn!
Yes, it's a good idea.
Oh no. I'm sorry, Syl.
I don't remember
Yeah.
Ursula.
I wonder
You
where
should
this
take it
magical
easy.
lake will go.
Even though, you know,
Aw.
it's one of the best ones to spend some time rewatching. Because it is.
Ariel cried for a long time.
You got for a long
What should you
time.
do to live where you are? What would I give?
But you
to
should rest
be
up, and I hope you feel
here
better
with
soon.
you? What can I do to make you
Aw.
laugh with me?
Yeah, it's
Where are you running? Where are we going?
Hello?
Where
Hello?
are we going?
Boss?
Review, stay!
Just me and you. Or maybe
This is Ursula! You did it yourself, girl!
You
No
did it
more.
yourself, girl! Oh, girl!
What?
Yeah,
What
how I said
happened?
this, I hope you feel better soon, Sil. Rest up. Even if you have to miss,
Eric!
Exactly.
Kim,
Kim.
you speak?
Oh, I thought I called her Kim.
Yes. The girl who sings to me.
Eric, I want to tell you.
Where?
Where is
With
she?
you.
Where's the girl?
You saved me from the storm that night. Ariel, I'm sorry I didn't see that before. You are the one who loves me, Ariel.
Eric.
Not fast. Do you see what I see?
A star.
You came late.
Do not come.
Ariel!
How do I make this match this? How do I make this match this?
Fraud.
Ooh.
Go ahead, you idiots.
Idiot.
Triton's youngest daughter. The contract is signed. Friend, it's a pleasure to do this with you.
This company is no good.
Let it go!
I'm sorry?
Oh no, we're just being more and more transphobic.
However, King Triton could not break the binding contract. Why did it go wrong? Now you're just leaving a message. I have other things to do.
Hang on, Ursula. You win. I promise to protect my daughter.
But we have a deal, and you're not sure if it will last.
I'm afraid I have no choice.
Hello.
The king!
Oh, Tamers, how are you? We're reviewing March Caprice stuff. Good laugh.
At last.
Father!
Who's the commander of the seas today?
She shouldn't even
You're a
go here.
monster. Let's go! Eric!
How dare! Pity the weak!
It means get up. Here.
Dare to laugh? Well, welcome.
This is a good one.
You get what you deserve. I'm not that kind of person.
Not that kind of person. What a tightest delivery. I'm not that kind of person. I need food.
That's right.
Indeed.
I will not miss it.
Too much. We are always together. Sorry, Mom. Your job is done.
Yeah, frames do this sometimes. This is so good. Ah, love.
This is your opinion.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool. That's good. Like that.
No, it's not possible.
This is Ursula.
It's
rid of the
mine.
floor.
Well,
Go away.
now you can.
Oh.
Ariel, please. Go away.
Go
Okay?
away. Okay.
Ariel?
You see, Eric, that's why I went to the Ursulines.
Ariel?
I want to tell you this.
Think.
Eric. Hello.
I'm always in trouble if I don't shower.
I'd say.
I guess
It's
it's
my
never too late to
opinion.
learn. What do you say?
I love it.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Oh, he said, ooh, sad. Sad.
Welcome to the exciting season of new beginnings, land and sea become one, united in peace and harmony. We celebrate music and wonders of the world. Our favorite princess Ariel falls in love. The princes and princess of Belle are still alive.
Dreams can
That's true.
come true if you want them to. And this happiness belongs to each and every one of you.
How can we
It's actually translated really well.
Without you, Donna, idiot and silver.
Idiot.
Happy birthday, my dear princess.
Find your first love and they will find you.
We are very happy and we are happy to help you, right?
We're very happy and we're very happy and we're very happy. We're very happy for you, please. We're very happy for you, please. Let us go, please.
Can come true if you want them to. And this happiness belongs to each and every one of you.
be the king and introduce him to your dear friends?
Say hello to Dad, Sebastian.
Dad!
Ariel, I'm so happy for you.
Yes, happy endings are so rare and very rare.
Of course, we are happy and proud to help you
Discover how we make you.
Yeah, all of it. Like every single song. I don't think they missed one.
Waiting for the next block of friends to start.
Welcome all friends from all over of the world.
Up the will.
The exciting time of new beginnings, land and sea, we can create harmony and harmony.
Harmony and harmony.
Miracles are what we sing about. Ariel comes from our beloved son, Prince Eric. Forever full of joy.
Forever and forever.
Love and happiness.
What dog was howling? very rare, but also rare. Have you considered? Should have moved these all up at the same time. Show me your one vertice you're not taking care of.
Sora, what happened?
A new road is open.
What happened?
What will happen?
But what will happen?
Will there be peace? I will not come.
Harmony
I didn't
and
say
harmony.
It was good.
That's right. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Even though we're on the road, our whole world is connected.
What does this mean? You can come and go free.
And those songs.
So don't worry, just know
we'll be back soon to say hello.
Full of peace and love. Full of love and love. Did they make these credits, or is this the live action Little Mermaid credits? That is true. That would be funny. She goes whoosh, whoop. Yo Dizzle's such a good editor. I can't wait to. I missed Yo Dizzle's video, so that's one of the ones I'm majorly looking forward to during this rewatch. Am I freaking this all up? I might be freaking it all up. But oh, Lance. Okay. I gotta leave my comment though. Gotta subscribe and like the video. Another banger entry. Turn the brightness down one click now that it's darker in here. Atlantica. Timram. 8-bit. 8-bit nuke. Eight-bit nuke. And Cello Bear. Let me make sure we got everybody's name right. Cello Bear, 8-bit nuke, Timram. Orchestrating everything. Blown away. How could I say blown away, but like with a fish pun? I'm taken out by the tide. I'm flushed by the jetsam. I'm pushed by the flotsam. I got tossed into a tide pool. I cried laughing. blown away. Happy March Caprice. Happy March Caprice. Why do so many people say Caprice? Caprice. It's a real word, you know. But there are so many people who like try to eat shit. It's March Caprice. It's just March Caprice. Yeah, that's all I got. I'm too dumb. But cool. Thank you so much for retranslated. It was a funny one. Lowlands! Second channel.
It Was For You 2007. Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix had just released, and my interest in the series was probably the highest it's ever been at the time.
Hell yeah.
It's arguable to say it was a little excessive even. I would also say that this was one of the big years in my youth that shaped my music taste. So naturally, Guitar Hero and Rock Band caught my eye. I went and purchased Guitar Hero 3, and it was a fun time.
Might I just say. Like, I learned a lot about, like, the new pop divas through Lands. What's the one? She got, she was on Dance Moms. Lance talks about her all the time. And, like, I'm like, this is actually, like, really good music. Lance, how do you know? How do you know all this good music? What's her name? It's like Ty? Is it Ty? It starts with a T. Not JoJo Siwa, come on. Yeah, Lance is talking about JoJo Siwa and her, that one. Dance Moms singer. If only Lance was here, he would know who I was talking about immediately. Google's just gonna show you JoJo Siwa. No, but it's she did. What's that song she got? She got. What's that song she got? She got. It's like. I can't remember. It's something about like grief. And no, it's the. It's. If I scrolled on TikTok for 2 seconds, I could probably find the song. Come on. What are you doing? What are you doing? You're looking up a singer and their name is... Why does it not show it here? I have like a list. There's a list. Where is she? It's pop star. Pop female. Okay. So let me look up the Billboard charts real quick. Billboard. Let me actually do this on stream, so like it's actually content. Hold on. Pop stars now. People are calling her like the new Britney Spears. Let me see. Brittany. Tate McRae, that's it. Yeah. Greedy. It's greedy. That was what I was looking for.
Taxes was feeling so stuck. Now Taxes is a TurboTax expert, doing everything while you do your thing. Now this is Taxes. Intuit TurboTax.
Stop.
Can't you tell that I want you? I say it. I will want myself. Let me please believe me.
Yeah, that's a TikTok sound. I'm pretty sure she was on Dance Mom. Tate McRae Dance Moms. Tate got him in. Yes, Tate McRae was actually one of the OG Dance Moms girlies. Put on while you animate. Oh, see? It's tied. It's March Caprice. This is March Caprice stuff, right? You gotta learn about Tate McRae. 13 which became the first one is So You Think You Can Dance. Okay, yeah, see? Child, children, child. Yeah. Anyway, I think Lance would appreciate our Tate McRae rabbit hole before we started.
Rock Band caught my eye.
But yeah.
I went and purchased Guitar Hero 3, and it was a fun time, but Rock Band was what I was really hyped for. I went to try out the demo at Best Buy because they had kiosk, and I was sold. The UI, the drums, the ability to sing, the weekly DLC, it just had so much more to offer. I hold so many memories dear to my heart from the following year playing in my room with my friends at the time. I can still hear my grandma's voice in my head tell me to keep it down. Bless her sweet soul. Fast forward to 2024, I wanted a different Kingdom Hearts songs to do, as I feel I had a fine resume at the time.
Respect
but I wanted
the
to do
master,
something
Grandma.
out of the ordinary. And then it came to me. I had recently acquired a Rock Band 4 controller for a special occasion. Anyways, I wanted to be a Kingdom Hearts game with a guitar controller. Now, I'm not the first person to use a guitar controller to play Kingdom Hearts. Nintendo, Violin, Jessabella, and Autodeck have all put out content doing so. But I wanted to go through KH2 on critical mode, beat Sephiroth, and get all 3 proofs without going over level 50 for this challenge. So I connected my guitar controller to my PC to test it out. Everything started off fine until I had to move boxes, and without an analog stick, I was unable to go forward and the dream was dead. So, I could have looked deeper into custom mapping like some of the others did, but that seemed like a lot of work, so I just moved on.
You lazy bum.
But not even a week later, I was on my Twitter timeline and I saw that PvP was making a new guitar controller called the Riff Master. So I watched the trailer for it, and the key thing that stuck out to me was building an analog stick. So I went to pre-order it, and I was fortunate enough to get it on launch. I tried it out, and I'm happy to report that the analog stick did indeed move boxes, and we were so back. While most of the controls were covered, I didn't have a way to move the camera with only one analog stick. And the only way I was able to use scan or anything that needed the R1 button was to hit the R key on my keyboard, which was annoying, but whatever, we'll get through it. Okay, let's see. Yeah, let's do magic.
Kneel, loser.
You're the one who's kneeling.
Oh.
Oh, f*** you.
Get her ass.
Nice.
Ugra.
I might die, yo. I might die. Let's go, baby! Ah! Let's go. Oh, damn. Oh, let's go. We got him. Second try.
Go.
Second try. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, damn it. Okay. Oh, oh, we're almost there. We are almost, no. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. That took a little bit. We struggled a little bit. We got.
Struggle.
Oh, there we go. All right, we got. Triangle. Oh, let's go. Oh. Let's go. We got him. Look at the sleepy baby behind me. He's so cute. We had some growing pains in Twilight Town, but I'd say we ended pretty strong. It was now time to head over to Hollow Bastion. Oh, we gotta do better. We're getting our ass kicked. Alright. He's the last guy. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Oh, we got fire, baby. Hollow Bastion 1 gave me no trouble whatsoever. Although I can't say the same thing about Land of Dragons. We got cooked. I struggled for sure. What is it? Okay, it's this one.
It's hard to say, fam.
Oh, no, lock on. No! Ooh, that was close. Ooh, we got that parry, baby. Oh my god, I was trying to walk out for that. Oh. Thank you, Dolan. I tried to parry that.
It looks like shit.
That was unfortunate. Stagger! Let's go.
Let's go.
Oh, we're gonna die today, baby.
Does this need to get moved around some?
And we died. That's unfortunate. Oh, we got one. Oh, we did it! Let's go, baby! Woo, that was close.
Okay.
Oh, let's go.
Not
Okay,
everything is
okay.
lighting up good. But let's see. What do we got here?
Let's go, baby! Land of Dragons 1 was finally over. Beast Castle 1 was next, and that was a cakewalk for the most part. Didn't have too much trouble there. 100 Acre Wood was soon after that, and I ended up completing it all throughout my playthrough. And Olympus was our next stop, and it's been a while since I got wrecked pretty badly, and I was definitely due.
Oh no.
Go,
Get his ass.
no.
Fucking James Woods. I'll blame it on James Woods. It's okay. You don't have to, Lance. I'll do that for you.
My fault, though. My fault. No! Oh, that's
I love the sound
unfortunate.
effects that people
Oh, nice,
did
nice,
this
nice,
year.
nice, nice. Okay. That's unfortunate. Oh, let's go. Thank you, Dolan. Oh, we did it. Let's go. Oh, that was so close. We did it. That was so close. Woo. Oh, my God. What a cheater. Oh, let's go. Let's go. Come on. We gotta get him. Let's go, baby. You guys not gonna heal me? Okay, thanks. Thanks, guys. Oh, Pegasus one. Okay. We're doing good. We're doing good. I hope this kills. I don't think it will. Oh, we did it! Let's go! Okay. That didn't take all stream. Got past Olympus 1. Disney Castle was next, and time was the river I blazed through. It was time for some thingy fun, and like Hunger Acre Wood, I did all of Atlantica throughout my playthrough.
Oh, that's so cool.
Halloween Town / Christmas Town is up.
Oh, rhythm game with the I'll have to check out like the VODs or something and get more of the feel of Atlantica. Right? All the best clips put together. And I really love his format of like this like retrospective on like his time with it, right? I love the voiceover.
Things got frustrating once again. This is starting to feel like a pattern, isn't it? Not this awful attack. Oh no. I hate that attack. Oh my god. So annoying. Oh, that was a nice goal. You guys see that goal?
It's over.
What?
No.
What? Okay.
Yeah.
I love when people go. What?
Excuse me? Let's get this fight done. Oh, okay. Good. Very good.
Is it good?
Very good. Finally. That killed me? Okay.
The boogie gift I picked out for you.
Fuck off, dude.
He gets so mad. Fuck off, dude. Fuck off. Oh, we got a mod in the house. We got a lands. What is it called? If he's the master,
Ban this man.
You gotta be like a disciple or something, right?
Away you go.
A foreteller?
On, baby.
That's scary.
Now you.
Thank you for all your mod work.
Oh my god. Oh, I think we got this, guys. Yes! We did it, baby! Let's go! We did it, baby. We did it.
I'd better get down to
We
business.
beat the bag of bugs, baby.
The baby.
And with that, Halloween Town 1 was finished. I did a quick stop at Twilight Town, and then I went back to Hollow Bastion to gear up for Space Paranoids. And in retrospect, I don't think I realized how tough things were about to get. Buckle up.
Uh-oh.
Best part of the game. Wait. Okay, so I probably need to use the keyboard with this too.
That's true. Lance is so cool.
Oh, this is gonna be a stream. Okay, what the f do I press then? Yeah, let's come back later. Let's go with Plaguelands instead. Ooh, that's my fault. That's my fault. Look at his eyes! Oh my god, his eyes.
I want to see it.
Look at his eyes!
Bombastic side
Oh my god, his eyes.
Yeah, sure you don't want to mess with us.
I think I know damage that. 2 hits?
2.
Excuse me? 2 hits? Okay, that was good. 2. Oh, that was not good. That was not good. No. I'm getting greedy. We're going for it. No, we almost got him.
Look at this boy. Look at this boy. Look at him go. Yeah. That's my bed, not yours. Silly boy.
We almost got him. That's fine. Oh, come on. Come on. Come on. I'm sorry. The full combo thing in this game is f***ing stupid.
Fucking stupid.
All right. I think this is it. I think we got this. Let's go. Pragland's Warring Hex challenges, but now it's done. It's time to go back to Space Paranoids and face arguably the most challenging part of this whole playthrough, the grid. This is gonna be an adventure. Alright, Oh, we did so good. We were doing so good. Come on, I was pressing the button! Okay. It fucking sucks.
Mans is getting upset.
Oh no. That was a good one though. That was a good one. That was a good one actually.
Good answer. Good answer. Good run. Stop. Just because I'm hitting the wrong button.
Oh my god, please, 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 please. Please.
Was there an edit there? Hold on. Please, please, please. See, I told you. He's a pop girly.
We did it, baby! Let's go! It's finally over. Oh my god. I finished the rest of Space Paranoids 1. After that, I had a fellow musician waiting for me on the other side. Oh, okay, nice, nice. Oh no, he got me! Oh no, he got me!
Ooh, ooh, this man.
Oh, that's unfolksing it. Oh, we're dead. We are dead, baby. I knew he was going to do that. Come on, grab it. Rest the Excavand!
What did you say?
Oh, we're getting all these loops. One more. Come on, loop me again. Oh, I think we got him, guys. Woo! Thank you, Anti-Foam. It took a while, but I beat Demix as well as the Final Fantasy Gauntlet and 1000 Gauntlets after that. I had gotten pretty good with the Riftmaster, plus Sora being pretty strong at this point in the game made the second world visits a breeze. However, it wasn't smooth sailing ahead as I still had the Key of Destiny to deal with.
The Key of Destiny. Oh, still got stuff to do over here.
Okay. Ah, damn, that started off really good too. Oh, come on.
Okay.
Oh my god. Hey, how this lock on in this game. It's my fault. But man, like, dude.
My fault, but like, fuck, dude. Isn't that just like what it's like to play a game?
We got Roxas, baby! It took a good amount of tries, but I beat Roxas. It's time to go through the rest of the world that never was and take on the remaining members of Organization 13 and beat the game. Let's do this.
Let's go.
Nice. See how this goes.
Please work.
Oh, please work. Yes, please work. Oh, nice. Yeah.
No. Okay, we'll just leave that alone.
I think this is it, guys. I think this is it.
Yes.
You are about to witness history as we beat Kingdom Hearts 2 on critical mode with a guitar controller. World first, baby. Let's go.
World first, let's go.
That was fun. I beat the main story, but my journey wasn't over. I beat Sephiroth at some point in the post-game, went through the Cavern of Remembrance, got past the Transporter Remembrance, and I fought the Data Organization. Most of these weren't too bad for the most part, some harder than others obviously, especially Saladin, who I had a special moment with before I beat him. Oh, he popped me in the air! I love getting popped. I love it.
You ready to
Don't
get
clip that.
pumped? You ready
No
to
one
get
clip.
popped?
Please DM. Please DM. Oh my god, dude! I think we're done, guys! I think we're done! You guys can see we're here because I beat all the Data fights in Kingdom Hearts 2 on critical mode with a guitar controller, baby. Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go.
That was pretty hype, wasn't it? I went on to do the Mushroom 13 and then take on Lingling Will, who I know damaged with restrictions, the full fight being in a separate video. If you liked the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. My name is Lance, and I focus primarily on Kingdom Hearts Challenge content. This video was a part of Caprice, an annual online celebration of Kingdom Hearts and the talent of the community. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Happy Marks Caprice!
Happy March Caprice Lands! Yes. And I think Lance also just posted, let me remind myself. Yeah, he just posted the Xemnas Cage 3. With the guitar controller on critical level 1. So be sure to check Lance out. I mean, just because it's the March Caprice one. Well, no, I mean, you can get there through the playlist that we're watching. Let's see, what do I even say to Lance? Let's fucking go. For more runs. That's someone who knows what they're talking about, right? I don't want you to have diarrhea like the runs. I want challenge runs, you know? Challenge runs, not the runs in your pants. The runs down your leg. Ooh, wet hot diarrhea. Happy March car price. Yay, Lance. Okay. We have so much more to do. And of course, got locked into a useless detail. But it's so late. For me, at least, and for streaming. What have we been doing? 2.5 hours. I should call it a night. We will get back to. I'll probably work on this off camera. I don't know. I make no promises. But yeah, that's what we did. We did this, and then we're gonna be putting. We're going to be putting things in soon. Actually, you know what? Maybe can I mess with this just a little bit? Actually, just to make it. I want to see if I can. I want alleys. Can I make this? I want to make this. I want to see if I can't, like, easily. Can I easily make this look kind of like paint strokes? Like a little bit on. Okay, that did nothing. Is this doing something? Okay. Clear coat on it. Makes it shiny. Ooh, but look at, ooh, it could be mirrored. Ooh, that's nice too. Like it's behind glass. I want to see if I can add some like strokes. What does that do? Subsurface dystrophy? Let's look up real quick. Let's see, yeah. Check out Lanza's new stuff. I will also, I want... That'll probably be something else I look into. But anyway, that will... Love the glass look. Okay. I'll finagle with it a little bit more and we'll see what happens. But thank you so much. I'm so out of focus. Thank you so much for joining with me today on making some Merge Caprice Final Mix stuff. Eventually we'll get this done and we'll move on to other things. You know what? I should add the How do I get to merge Caprice? No, never mind. Actually, that'll take too long. All right, so I'll just happy merge Caprice, and I'll see you guys later. Okay. Bye. 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 Here. We're gonna. Bye. A little bit of music. Bye. the stream. Good night, everybody.